I know I haven't been streaming Marvel Rivals, but today I wanted to talk about Marvel Rivals because recently they put out an update that released two new characters, Johnny Storm and The Thing, which finally has all the Fantastic Four members in the game. And also, sorry that I'm not playing Marvel Rivals right now or have any pre-recorded gameplay because I haven't recorded any gameplay. And to be honest, if I'm playing Marvel Rivals while talking about the update, I'm be honest, I'm not going to be able to actually focus and be able to talk about what I want to say because obviously the game's chaotic. A lot of stuff is going on sometimes, and it can be a little frustrating or whatever. So I don't really want to be playing the game while trying to talk about the game. So, so I do apologize for that because I know some people complain that I'm not playing the game I'm talking about. So let's just get to what I want to talk about though, just so we can stop wasting time. So obviously, Johnny Storm and the Thing are finally out, and obviously, Fantastic Four characters, pretty cool stuff. We can now play as all the Fantastic Four members in the game, which is pretty awesome because for the short period of time that I played the game with the characters in the game, people on both teams were playing as all four of the Fantastic Four members, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, it was fun to see that you can play as all of them at the same time now. Seeing people obviously doing it as soon as they came out, just trying to have fun, and just seeing how chaotic it can be going up against the four. And I gotta say their team up is kind of lame though, because it's just Susan Storm's like shield ability, armor, whatever from the original team up with Susan and Reed Richards. So nothing too special or anything. Pretty lame, but it is what it is. I don't really care that much. It is what it is. But I gotta say though. I do like the new characters. I think they are. I think they're fun, in my opinion. Sorry. I think they're a lot of fun to play, and I had a lot of fun playing as Susan Storm, or not Susan Storm, a Johnny Storm. My bad. He's a lot of fun to play, but I gotta say he does a lot of damage, but not a lot of kills. He doesn't get a lot of kills, so it's kind of a struggle sometimes with him. And it's like, he's more of just someone that deals damage so that people like Mr. Fantastic and the Thing can finish people off. Because Johnny Storm is a flying character, he does a lot of projectiles, a lot of fire damage, of course, obviously. Fire character, you know. Um, and then the Thing has also been a lot of fun because, obviously, he's a tank. He cannot be moved around, so he just kind of sits there. Like there are attacks that characters do that can launch characters or push people back, like have knockback. But the Thing is unaffected by all those, so he's pretty cool as a tank that can go up front and just start fighting people. As long as he's getting healed, though, because obviously he is kind of a not so beefy character. Because a lot of times when I was playing, I actually noticed that I was dying a lot more when I was playing as a Thing. Like, without healers healing me as a Thing, I would instantly die. So, obviously, I knew that there's something, like, up, when I would see that I would get absolutely destroyed as a Thing. But, of course, whenever that wasn't happening, playing as a Thing was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing as the character. I like playing as, uh, Reed Richards and Susan Storm. Like, I'm not good as a healer, so of course I didn't enjoy playing Susan as much as I did Reed because I like playing DPS. I'm way better as a DPS. I suck at support. So, obviously playing as the Thing, Johnny Storm, and Reed Richards is a lot more fun for me personally. Not for... Like, for me personally, I'm better as a tank or someone that deals damage. Because I have a mindset where even if I'm playing support, if I see an enemy player, in my mind, I have to go fight them. Like, I have to fight people, because I kind of have that mindset from, like, Plants vs. Zombies, where, the Sunflower is like a support class, or the Rose, where if Sunflower heals people, Rose is kind of like a mage, whatever, but can build like teleporters to help people from your team teleport closer to the objective, you know. But even though as like a support class, you know, I always fought people because they're also pretty good in Plants vs Zombies. So obviously, you know, since I was like the biggest hero shooter that I've ever played, going from that to Marvel Rivals, which is a lot like Overwatch, which by the way I don't like Overwatch. So going from that to Rivals, I struggle as a support because obviously I'm always trying to fight people all the time because obviously I want to fight people and I want to help my teammates win, right? That's what I would want. And obviously I'm going to do what I can to help my team win the game. So that if that means I have to also fight people, I would do that, but in Marvel Rivals you can't really do that. So, you know, I kind of struggle with actually playing support because I actually end up obviously not healing my teammates, and then my teammates get mad, and then, you know, like I also just don't know how to be good with healing as well. So obviously I don't play healer. I like playing tank and DPS, which I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times I've been doing better as a tank more than I have been as a DPS, which is kind of crazy. So obviously I've been leaning more towards tank as of recently compared to DPS, but you know, we'll see how things go, right, with the game moving forward. You know, I know they just nerfed healers too, so you know, that gives me more of an incentive not to play healers, so I'm sorry I will not be playing as like Susan Storm that much. But I would like to play as the Thing or Johnny Storm. I think Mr. Fantastic is great, but I just like the Thing and Johnny Storm a lot more, in my opinion. I like those characters more. I have more fun with those characters. So, obviously, sorry, I'm gonna keep playing. Well, actually, I'm just gonna keep playing as all the Fantastic Four members in general anyways, because, I mean, other than them, I would play like Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor, Moon Knight, Punisher, Mantis, Groot, Rocket, Luna Snow. I think that's it, honestly. I think those are all the characters that I've been playing. And obviously the Fantastic Four, which, by the way, you know, as time goes by, I'm going to play more Fantastic Four. Because obviously I love the Fantastic Four. I've already told you guys about this in another video when I was talking about the brand new Fantastic Four trailer that came out. When that trailer came out, you know, I kind of, you know, let you guys know that, hey, you know, the Fantastic Four is one of my favorite, you know, Marvel teams ever. Because, I mean, Fantastic Four, very simple, you know, very great characters, you know. Because back in the day, like, in the old Marvel comics, you know, the Avengers were not popular at all. People didn't care about the Avengers at all. Which is kind of weird to think about now, but yeah, no, that's just how it used to be. People didn't care about the Avengers. People cared about the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and, like, Spider-Man. You know, like, those were, like, the characters everyone cared about. So it's just kind of crazy to think how times have changed, but it's cool that the Fantastic Four is now kind of being brought up into the spotlight again and kind of being a main focus, which is awesome because I used to watch the old movies, so obviously, you know, I know about the Fantastic Four a lot and their comics, some of them. So obviously, I've been a big fan of the Fantastic Four for a long time. And obviously, I will continue to be a fan because, like I said, I love the Fantastic Four. You know, I'm going to keep playing as the characters. I like how true the characters are to who they are. You know, I think the Marvel Rivals team has done a great job with what they've done with their characters to make it seem like they're very true to their characters and that they don't really change, you know, them into something that they're not, which I'm really glad. And I like the character interactions that keep them in character, like, you know, all the Fantastic Four members do not like Namor because if you guys don't know, in the comics, Namor tried to steal Susan Storm from Mr. Fantastic obviously tried to hit on her. And I like how they have the voice interactions with Namor, which the same thing happens with the Thing and Namor, which I like that because the Thing is like, hey, stay away from Susan. You know, we're gonna have a problem, which I think is so cool. I really like how they did all these comic accurate representations of all the characters, and I am just such a big fan of how they made all the characters in the game and how true they are to their characters, which is so nice and it's really awesome. But obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Rivals because obviously I don't like an Overwatch. I don't like Overwatch. I don't like that kind of game. But you know, I still play it because I play with my friends. I don't play by myself. The last time I played it by myself was to try out Johnny Storm and the Thing. But before that, I think the last time I played it by myself was shortly after the launch of the game. So you know, I just honestly can't bear play. I can't play with randoms. I think it's terrible because randoms do not like to help you at all. They don't like to play support or anything. They don't like to play like DPS well enough because a lot of people like to play DPS, but which by the way, DPS is like characters that are supposed to do the damage. You know, they're the attackers, but they obviously suck. There are people that just suck at dealing damage, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. You know. At the end of the day, I think the game's success is well deserved, whether I like it or not. You know, I still think it's deserved because obviously they put a lot of heart and dedication into making these characters and these designs and making sure that these characters are the characters we know and love from the comics and just Marvel as a whole. But anyways, yeah, enough of the ranting though. You know, I just want to talk about Marvel Rivals. I just wanted to like pretty much just go over, you know, what I thought about the game so far, you know, with the new characters and just, you know, just showing some appreciation for the game for once. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video though, you guys. I'm out of here. Goodbye, guys.